imagine what this means for America, um, with the rest of the world. Our chief, the president of the United States,
Well,
has just
hold on. I'm sorry. I got a real professor here right now.
you're so shady.
Ike, what's up?
Oh,
What's up? I got a doctor and a professor. I can't do this. What the hell is going on in America?
Ah,
mm.
oh my God. First of all, I'm fucking pissed off.
I mean, as you should be, as we all should.
I feel betrayed. I feel fucking hoodwinked,
Hoodwinked, led astray,
blindsided.
bamboozled.
This is some bullshit. And I don't know. They don't really understand how many people decided today that they're going to stay the fuck home.
That's true.
Like I said, they gave a pathway to Trump to get into the White House. So I just brought up a point. So what would I? So if Kamala Harris,
I'm fucking stupefied right now. I'm not forming words yet.
The assumed nominee, what would her ticket look like? Who will it be?
She is the nominee. She is the nominee.
You're assuming that they're going to select her to be at the top of the ticket.
Well, that's what Biden said.
Well, that's a black job. Joe Biden said the VP is a black job. We're gonna lose a black job, or we're gonna gain a black president.
No, his Biden says today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this.
Nobody's gonna fucking listen to him, Crystal.
This is true. No, I'm not.
We know what he said.
Nobody's listening to him.
Obviously.
He absolutely, because I'm staying in the race. I'm staying in the race.
He did.
I doubled down on it. Did an interview on it.
People are posting pictures with Kamala Harris saying, "This is me and the next president of the United States."
So we're gonna have to assume she's gonna be the nominee unless someone.
I'm not assuming shit. I'm not gonna assume that. Get the fuck out of here. I am not gonna assume. You will make me go to the odd couple when you assume you make an ass out of you and me.
Facts on facts.
You're not doing that.
So
you're not assuming anything.
Okay, so what ticket do we have?
Did you not just see that? I don't know who just tweeted and floated that the Democrats should nominate Mitt Romney. Did y'all see that?
I did not see that, and I did not even hear you say that. So no.
Okay, seriously, that is a serious. Like they should not. What? Well, that would pull votes from Trump. What? No.
I didn't hear it. Let's don't do that.
Okay, so I also heard they were floating around Hillary Clinton.
No.
Hold on.
We already know she can't win.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my
What the
goodness.
fuck are they thinking about?
The Democrat Party's in shambles right now. They're in shambles.
Absolute shambles. Because again, when you look at the Republicans, as much as you might smite them, they have a playbook. They have a plan. They have had a plan.
They do.
Their plan is in effect right now. Project 2025 is only an extension of what they already are doing. They're already doing this. Project 2025, what they're doing now makes that possible. It makes it plausible for the executive body or the executive branch to have that much power to do whatever they want to do, which is eliminate the administrative state. That's the first thing they're going to do. I mean, the
Supreme Court just recently signaled they're giving the president, the future president, unlimited powers. For the most part,
they did more than that. They did more than that. Before they granted him immunity, they got rid of Chevron deference, which basically makes rulemaking that might be ambiguous gets determined by judges instead of the policy people in these agencies, the experts who are charged and tasked with these regulations. You can give it to some judge who don't know shit about that. So he could say, oh, we don't need that regulation. We don't need clean air. We don't need clean water. We don't need the FDA to regulate certain chemicals in our food. We don't. You guys don't see how deep this shit is. No, it's not just about abortion. It's not just about getting rid of those things. This shit is widespread. Christian nationalism in 2025. That project says the family should be a nuclear family. Should be a man, a woman, and children. Right? So they want to get rid of marriage equality. That's about to be out the door. That's out the door. Done. That's getting overturned. And they setting the stage up for all of this. And it's going to be easy because they will listen. If folks don't show up, then the down ballot is going to suffer, right? People don't think about the down ballot. So we already don't have the House. People don't understand how laws are made, right? We want Congress to act, but right now we've got a very slim majority in the Senate and we've got no majority. They have a majority in the House.
How do we
get the legislation passed?
Ike, how do we galvanize the people to the Democrats for the most part to go to the polls? What is it going to take for the Democrats to go to the polls?
I don't fucking know.
I was just like, I will let her have that one.
I'm dumbstruck. Right, because a lot of this is about we don't want to put the word trust into politics, but at the same time, people got up and they voted for Joe Biden.
And they rallied. I mean, we're almost in August, right?
Right.
End of July. People have been, the Democrats, there have been some loyal Democrats that have been rallying and supporting him up to this point, up through people saying that he obviously, and let's be honest, the debate was not the first time that his
cognitive issues came up. Correct.
Exactly. And there have been Democrats that have supported and rode for him throughout all the conversation about him, be Sleepy Joe and all these things.
But you know what? Remember his cognitive decline had been evidenced years ago. You guys remember when he did that interview and he was talking about how he used to hang out at the pool and the kids used to touch his legs and the hair on his legs. You don't remember that shit?
I do. And I was just going to say.
I was like, he's gone.
With him being extremely slow, sniffing people, it just seemed there's been a lot of.
Yeah, I just saw a video where he was about to kiss a woman. He thought it was his wife. What the heck is happening here?
Oh, I don't.
But still, my point is, if you were gonna go with him, then go with him all the way to the end, right?
They did. They were, and then less than a week ago, he said that he was staying in the race.
Right, which makes me think that this is not his decision.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like this, he's being influenced by the powers that be to drop out.
Because they know it's far worse than we realize. I feel like think about it. We all know, none of us are, at this point, everyone knows. It's not even just people that work.
Everyone knows.
Media. Everyone knows that by the time we see something and can figure out, it's far worse than it appears. Who knows what they have been doing to prop him up, to make him seem like he's able to move through these conversations, period. They know that it's far worse than it is.
What's that, propofol?
Propofol, put your ass to sleep.
Oh, what was they shooting Michael Jackson with?
Propofol, that's why he did.
But I'm sure
propofol put you to sleep. Too much of it put you to sleep permanently.
I'm sure that they've been working tirelessly to keep this out of the public. And now that it's out, I'm sure it's far worse than they're wanting to admit for him to make this decision.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, Ronald Reagan ass had dementia. He was in the motherfucking White House. There was a whole lot of people in the White House being propped up by other people. He could have got there and
I don't know if it was that bad though. I mean, this man. This was bad. This is
Ronald
bad.
Reagan was pretty damn bad. Come on now.
Throughout
let's not forget. I know we suffer from the great forgetting, but Ronald Reagan was pretty damn bad.
Oh no,
Reagan was pretty bad.
I mean, realistically, I think that things were different. The landscape was different back then. First of all, we were children and social media was not around. So I'm sure there's a lot they could hide easier that you cannot hide now. Now there's someone taping on a cell phone every time he's unable to walk. Or, I mean, it's just a very different landscape. So where you could hide something back in the 80s, now you can't.
You can't. You really can't. And let's be honest. The last week, Trump shot up in the polls. He shot up in the polls, and the
no pun intended. No pun intended.
Wow. You know what?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Both of you guys are out of order.
I'm just saying. You said
out of order.
Let's just say,
was it not due to that though? Really? You know what I mean? That's how.
When Judge Cannon the next day at 9 a.m. dismissed his case.
Yeah,
that was listen. Somebody say, "Oh, she had that ready." No, she was ready already. She needed something to push her over the edge. So I don't know. I think this is while I wanted it to be a good fight. We need a good fight, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't like that either. I wish you wouldn't say that either. With the fight with Trump, but this is the thing though. I don't even think we shouldn't even be looking at it as a fight. We are, and this is affecting the American people. You guys realize there was a huge data breach yesterday that caused everything to planes could not this is beyond people feeling, because there are such extreme opinions at this point, right? People hate Trump, people hate Biden, but at the end of the day, the American people are in the middle, and I feel like we're being used as pawns by the government. And we need to wake up and realize this is all affecting us on a much bigger scale than just who you got in this fight. This is not entertainment. This is our country. And at this point, with this happening on such a public stage, other countries, other nations are able to see this, and that's why I'm scared. Like, what does North Korea think? What does Russia think at this point?
Well, I think that the last week they also saw how frail, how unpresidential Biden looked in the debate. It was embarrassing. You look at the whole thing, the exchange with him and Zelensky. I mean, he called him Putin. I'm like, wait a minute. These are the things that that make America look weak. And let's be honest, Trump looked pretty strong at that RNC. He looked pretty
RNC, he did. And not just strong, but very, I think a big part of becoming president is not necessarily about, people don't look at platforms and policies as much as they look at who they trust and who has the charisma to win them over. And unfortunately, that's just the case. I did my thesis paper on this at the University of Oklahoma. People are not necessarily looking for the details. They look for who makes them feel comfortable, who makes them feel safe, who they can have confidence in. And at this point, the Democratic Party has done a horrible job of producing a candidate that would make people feel confident. I know that there are a lot of people that are excited at the possibility.
Ike frozen. Ike, you've been frozen. You look like you're doing the old school mannequin challenge. I'm gonna take you out and bring you back in. Okay, come on back in, Ike. I'm gonna kick you out and you come back in. We got V Lenore in the building. I don't know if she's camera ready, but V, if you're ready, come on in. So, because V did comment, she remembers the Reagan era. She's from around that era, like myself, and I would say that we need a candidate that would have a platform that can, beat Trump if you're a Democrat.
So some of the names that have been floated. Sorry, I was trying to adjust my screen, and the power button is on the back of this damn computer. I turned that shit off by mistake. Sorry. Some of the names that have been floated. Gretchen Whitmer. What do we think of her?
Gretchen Whitmer, that's Jersey governor, former Jersey governor.
No, Gretchen Whitmer is she one of the names that was floated or no?
I heard that name.
No? Okay, Westmore. He's Westmore, yeah, Baltimore.
Oh, he's an African American governor.
Is that his name? Yeah. I saying the name right?
Maryland.
Check the comments because they'll get us together real quick. Who else? Hakeem Jeffries.
That's why I said Hakeem
I
Jeffries.
can't see that happening.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm
I
not going
can't
to
see
worry
that.
about
I can't see that.
that. Mm-mm.
I can't see that. But who realistically can be on the ticket now?
Gavin Newsom?
I have
No,
heard
hell
that.
no, hell no.
But that's what I keep hearing. I've
Yeah,
heard
Westmore. Okay, so B More Shorty did. He says Westmore. Yep. Michigan. That's Gretchen. That's what I thought. Michigan is Gretchen Women. She's the one who was had the kidnap plot against her. Remember that?
Okay.
Y'all remember that?
Two women on the ticket. I don't know if that's going to fly. I don't think that's going to fly.
Peace,
I don't think that's going to fly.
That doesn't
anti-Afro.
make sense. People
Bengali.
are doing things out of people are saying things out of emotion of what they would want, not who could actually
Thank
win
you, y'all, Lotus.
and who could win the actual.
What about RFK? If RFK
Get the
jumped
fuck out
on
of
the
here.
ticket- Oh my God.
I can't see it. What about Bernie? Bring Bernie
No.
back? No
He's still
Bernie
sitting in that
Sanders?
chair.
Huh?
They still got him sitting on the chair. Never
On the
mind.
chair?
Stop
What?
it.
What
Stop
the
it.
hell? Oh, the meme. Oh God, shut up.
I don't know.
Michelle Obama. Michelle already said she's not gonna run.
She's not gonna-
She wouldn't be a VP. She would have to be the.
Yeah,
People-
she would have to be the top of the ticket. Like
Yeah,
she
Kamala
would have to
doesn't
skip
have great-
over Kamala. That would be wild.
Kamala doesn't have great approval ratings, even when
She
she does.
doesn't.
She does not. So I
That's
think,
true.
and forgive me for saying this.
It has to be a white man. That would upset the fuck out of all the black women in this country.
But are we being emotional? And to me,
Yes,
the
we
Democrats
are.
are being emotional, not being
Absolutely.
realistic.
We got to be smart about this. We got to be
Yeah,
smart about this.
that's not going to rule the day.
Mm.
That's not going
You
to
gotta have
rule
a
the day
strong
because
ticket.
it's the optics. It's not just an emotional response, but it's the optics and how many black women have been passed over
Well, I
in their own
understand
lives.
that.
You know what
This
I
is-
mean? That's going to resonate on so many levels. Nah, B. Nah.
I agree with Druzy says it has to be a white man who's fairly moderate.
Yeah, I think, and I think they think
Her
that
husband?
as well. Oh shit.
You're wild. You're wild.
Oh god.
You're wild.
Bernie is too old. Okay.
I don't even know if Kamala should be I mean, it would make
Go ahead,
sense.
you say
I'm
when
a
people
black
think
woman. I
about-
don't support Kamala. Someone
People
one
don't.
only
Like,
one
people don't even
jewelry
like-
by Ray Ellen.
This is my thing. To me, the Democrats did a huge disservice to their party when they did not. After Joe was in office, she disappeared. We have seen her at a hip hop picnic. We have not seen her actually with him. And people forget. Like we're quick to forget when Obama was president. Joe Biden was by his side. They were like the power team. That's why he actually ended up winning the nomination because people saw him so much. He was so visual during Obama's presidency. That has not been the case with Kamala. And so bringing her out to get the minority vote whenever it's time for people to go to the polls is,
That's the Democrats. That's
I
their
know,
game. That's their game plan. That's always their
We're
game plan.
We're 4 months away from an election.
we're less
Come
than
on
that.
now.
We're less than that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's done. I think I don't care what they do from this point on. I think they guaranteed to lose.
You see, no,
I don't think there's
hate
nobody
to-
they could. There's no ticket
Just no.
that they could put together that in 4 months is
I
going to
agree.
garner enough support
I
to
agree
beat
with
Trump.
What about Cory
I don't see it.
Booker?
No,
Dennis,
Oh,
I don't see it.
goodness.
no.
you got to realize we got to appeal to more than just our community. At the end of the day, we're good to put something over the top, but we're not good to like. It's not enough of us to pull the whole thing together. You can't alienate a large group.
I agree with you. I agree with that's why I said
And we, as Black people, let me just say this: we have got to stop allowing our vote to be used and manipulated, and that's what we allow. We always do that. We are so emotionally driven, and we allow them to pander both sides, but definitely we know the Democrats are very good at that because it's not even historical, but over the last few decades, it's like Joe Biden said, if you're black, you better vote Democrat.
I'm leaning towards Mitt Romney too. I'm leaning towards Mitt.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Oh God. I'm leaning towards staying home. If they put Mitt Romney on, why would I go vote for a Republican? Why?
Well, I
I
mean,
don't think they could convince me. I mean, I wouldn't stay home because the down ballot is important, but I wouldn't be voting for Mitt Romney.
that is ridiculous.
Not gonna happen.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Mitt Romney is probably the wildest comment, period. But
that's crazy.
you know,
What's her name? Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, lovely redeems. Said a black woman from Georgia. I'm thinking.
Don't get mad at me, but no one's voting for a ticket with two black women on it.
No, Stacey Abrams, she can't do it. She can't win Georgia.
Can't win Georgia.
Can't win Georgia. She damn sure can't win the United States.
She's right. I mean, that's realistic.
Come on, somebody put a ticket together in the comment section because I can't figure one out.
That is crazy that we're trying to put a
So what if they drop Kamala altogether and put together a brand new ticket, two new?
What would that look like?
And then they would start campaigning.
White man
before
a white man.
It's not. It's too late. I feel like it's not. It is.
And I'm trying to think.
We don't have enough time.
Oh my goodness.
I'm thinking they are going to scrap the whole ticket. I am. I think they're going to scrap the whole ticket. They're going to
scrap the whole ticket. They can't scrap the whole ticket.
No, they're going to scrap the whole ticket. Scrap Kamala too, and put together a brand new ticket. In the next 4 months, go hard, do the best you can. That's where they at. That's what they're gonna do.
You don't have 4 months.
So now the question is, who are the next two people in line?
You don't have 4 months. What I'm talking about, we don't have 4 months.
No,
that's something you don't have 4 months.
3, whatever it is. What is this? This is July.
You got 3.5. You got 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. 3.5 months.
And it let's just say barely 3, because by the time they put all this together and then get it out, I mean, imagine how
sell it to the people.
It's not
going to raise the money.
Yeah, the money, I think that they can raise the money or they can fake it, but as actually being out there and gaining the trust of the country, no. In 3 months, no.
It's got to be somebody that we already know.
And George Clooney. Since he pushed Biden out.
No, it's got to be somebody we know, right?
It's got to be someone people have, not just that people know, but that people trust, and that people trust, and they will feel secure in that nomination. Like it has to be someone who is very likable, someone who is basically has that personality that can come in and save the day. But most importantly, they have to be very well known. I can't educate you and persuade you in 3 months. I can't inform and persuade.
Right. They've already got to be trustworthy.
The USA is in a very serious situation. I agree, Kay. That's why
unserious.
This is really scary. And
so
that's
unserious.
Also, no one from New York. I'm thinking New York. Who we have? We had Cuomo, but they pushed him out.
No.
Oh my God, this is. I mean, listen. If Trump could get in, Cuomo could get in. If Trump get in,
we don't have enough time. I wish they had more time. In the words of Denzel Washington, I wish you had more time.
There's no one. So the names, in addition to the names we already mentioned, right? Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom. They're not even saying. They didn't even say what's more. Pete Buttigieg.
Okay. He's been very quiet.
He's in the administration. He's transportation secretary.
Pete Buttigieg.
What is today? Today is the 21st.
People hate Gavin Newsom. A lot of people hate him.
But you know what? A lot of people hate Biden. A lot of people hate Trump. He's extreme. He's extreme. He fits it in the extreme. But I don't think that would be smart.
He's got the look. He definitely
extreme.
has the look. Right? He's got the look.
I was hearing his name before Biden even made this announcement.
Right.
So
here's the problem. The Republicans has been lockstep from day one. We're scrambling.
Exactly. Look
We're
at this
scrambling
bullshit.
right now. It's never good. That's never good.
And
Josh Shapiro, I don't even know who he is.
The Republicans make decisions based on the party. They run with their party, whatever it is. Democrats are here fighting about, oh, it should be this person, it should be that person. Republicans lock in and they make a logical decision and they follow their party. This is not the Democrats are all over.
They're listing names of people that are not household names. They have to pick someone who is a household.
Who said something? Beto O'Rourke from Texas. Yeah, I think he's Texas.
I like Beto. I like Beto.
Someone said why Obama can't be Kamala's VP. No, that's not happening.
He can't legally.
Here's the other problem. If Trump is able to eliminate the term limits, he's going to be.
He's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to be able to. I don't know why people, but it's part
term limits for what? The Supreme Court?
The presidential seat, right? Is that what you're talking about, Dennis?
Yeah, same president.
He's not, but that's what he even said. That's why he appointed his VP, because he's young and they want him to be able to take over afterwards. That's,
Yeah, that actually a smart move.
That's what the Democrats should have been doing all this time.
Yeah, all this time. You have plenty of time. From the moment when he first ran, he said, I'm only running. I'm going to be a one-term president. I mean,
but they did not set Kamala up. They did not. And I don't understand why.
No, they didn't. They
did not set her up.
You know, you didn't understand why. You know why.
No, I don't, because think about this. Let's be honest. When Obama got in office, at first, people were very, very, and I understand First Lady and actual presidential candidate very different. But at first, Michelle Obama's ratings were very low. Mm-hmm. They worked those 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. And she was Superwoman, at the end of that term. What they should have done is they should have made sure that Joe, because we knew Joe didn't have much. Joe was in there because of Obama, really. That's why he was there. Mm-hmm. They should have taken that time to change her reputation and her rapport with the American people so that they would have the ability to put her in that seat afterwards. That's the only reason she should have been VP, is if they were grooming her to take over after he was. And at that point, we didn't even trust his his capacity at that point. That was part of what they pushed forward, is that if something happens to Biden, we have Kamala, who will be an amazing president. That's what the whole ticket was. Right. And then as soon as they got in office, they let her go.
So we're back to
the question. Do you think Trump would debate Kamala? Would there be a time for a debate? How would that look?
There's one debate left. They have to pick someone. There's one debate left. Is it in September?
They have to do it now. There's not even an option. Before, they were saying that possibly it wouldn't happen. Now a debate has to happen because there's a new candidate.
Absolutely. There's a new candidate.
I tell you what.
I honestly, the more I sit here and think about everyone, it might have to be Gavin Newsom.
I believe so.
Someone said Corey or Pete. Yeah.
Gavin Newsom and
you said Biden should have finished it out. I don't think he could. I'm telling you, the reason that Biden
Pete Buttigieg or something.
And see, that's the problem, Crystal. They, I get it. He didn't do well in the debate. Probably he should have not did so many appearances. I don't know. I don't know how you get around it, but they basically said that we're not sticking with you. I mean, that was it. Once he said they're not sticking with him, you saw. I was watching the numbers of people joining in yesterday. I'm like, wait a minute. It was at 30, now it's 32, now it's 34.
Everybody jumping on a bandwagon, exactly. And that shouldn't have been a narrative from the gate, but here we are.
And Jeffries never told anyone to slow up, player. You can't win this. We
He
cannot.
didn't. He didn't. He stood by Biden. He stood by
Right.
Biden. So
No,
what
well,
about
no.
Gavin Newsom and Hakeem Jeffries on the ticket?
I'm not doing Hakeem Jeffries. I'm sorry.
Why not?
I just don't think it's going to work. I mean, I don't think that would work. I don't
John
think.
Edwards. Oh God.
Come on. No.
I don't think John Edwards could do it.
John
No.
Edwards.
I don't think
Yeah,
John
but
Edwards
you're
can do it.
resurrecting John Edwards? What the heck
We
going
can't
on?
do John Edwards. No. Just because
Nah,
he
he
beat
got
that
quiet.
case don't mean I want him to be our president.
They can't.
No.
They can't get rid of Kamala. They can't. That's gonna make.
Oh no, they
people-
can't do that.
I think they
It's
have
over.
to. I
If
think they have to.
If they get rid of Kamala, this race is
I
done.
think they have
for
to.
the Democrats.
I think
It's done.
I think they have to because they're not going to elevate her,
They're not. But
and to put someone over her
it's wild.
is going to split this party.
But if they wipe the ticket, the Democrats will lose every
They will
minority
lose. They will
vote.
lose.
Period. These
will
black
lose.
women will they will take that party down. I just saw Angela Rye, like, oh my God, I'm so glad Biden. They're about to go crazy if Biden didn't put her in position. If they wipe,
Yeah, but he didn't. He doesn't get to. He's not.
He
You know,
did it,
he can't
but
make that call.
That happens at the
emotional
DNC.
feel good.
Right.
If they wipe the ticket, black women, the entire the minority vote is gone. They can.
Okay, so politically now, moving forward, if they don't put someone up, do we have an open? Have we ever? I don't think we've ever had an open DNC where we don't have a candidate.
This is why this is crazy. I'm gonna say go find John Edwards.
And what happens then? Then it's up to the delegates to vote for some. Like I don't
think we have.
This is uncharted territory. I don't know how this works.
I don't either.
Delegates, super delegates. Some of them are committed to Biden. Biden can then give them his delegates to a particular prospective candidate.
You know how you go in a restaurant. You know how you go in a restaurant. You know before you get to the restaurant, you got your appetite, ready for that meal, and you get there, you sit down, and they say, "Oh, we out of that."
Right.
People are not trying.
DNC.
You got to keep Kamala in, but she has.
They have to. It would be suicide. It would be suicide for the party if they.
They are absolute garbage for this. Yes, I agree, Christonomics.
But unfortunately, honestly, guys, if they bring in someone else as the president and keep her as VP, they're still screwed.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying they have to wipe the ticket because to put someone above her is worse.
Man, you wipe that ticket, no one going to the polls.
We need the down ballot. We need the House. We need the Senate or something. Otherwise, if the Republicans get the presidency,
people say Newsom
and they get the House, or they keep the House and they get the Senate.
I tell you why.
Hold on, Dennis. Hold on. We're fucked. Let me just say that we're fucked because then we can't stop shit. I mean, we'd be filibustering our asses off.
This is the beginning of a very bad turn for our country. I don't exactly know what's happening, but this is definitely the beginning of the
end. This is the beginning of the end. This
really is.
So
the fall and the collapse of America.
I'm going to put I'm switching hats right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put my hat on today.
What the hell is that? It ain't a
I
MAGA
was
cap.
going to put my red hat on.
Oh shit! I'm like,
so you all are Democrats? Are you?
I'm a registered Democrat.
I'm an independent, so that's what I don't really have a dog in the fight.
I'm an independent, but because I live in New York, you cannot vote in primaries if you're an independent. So I have to be a registered Democrat to vote in Democratic primaries here.
Okay.
So,
Dennis.
Dennis is a Republican. Yeah, he trying to act like he frozen.
Yeah, froze my right.
The lighting betrays your lunacy.
Man, this is scary. And what do you guys think about the crash of the crash yesterday?
The global crash.
Well, I would just say, you Democrats, buckle up.
Oh, you're Democrat now.
You Democrat now. You
Fuck
Democrat.
off. I don't know those people.
It's done. It's over. Like, make sure you have an updated passport. You got some cash on hand. You have a legally registered firearm
My husband
and
was like,
lots of ammunition.
My husband just said that. He was like, we need to just get some more ammunition.
Yeah.
Because what did they say in the what did Kevin Bacon say in Leave the World Behind? That was the old way. We have moved.
Okay. Right. Hello.
Mm.
People, yeah, listen. Just buckle up. That's all.
That's
Just buckle
all.
up. Just
That's
buckle
an
up.
understatement.
In September, I don't know what's going to happen in New York with the sentencing. His sentencing is in September. What do you think that looks like?
I would just say we as African Americans specifically, we have got to focus on us. Leave these people alone and focus on us. Economics, because really at the end of the day, if you don't have the money,
We've done that, and the problem is they won't leave us alone.
well,
We've done that. Countless towns, historically, countless.
That's true. You're right.
Black cities and towns, when we thrived,
you're right.
Economically, there was prosperity. Families were thriving. And what did they do?
But we continue to go to them for answers. We continue to go to them and allow them to use us as when they need us, and we don't require anything from them. And so I've been saying this.
Because we don't have the political power to do that. Or we don't have the political awareness.
We do, Ike. We have more political power than we think, because every time they get down to it, we are what pushes someone over the top. They come to our communities and they pander to us like we're idiots.
The thing is, once someone is in office, right? You can't make them do the things they promised.
You can hold your vote and demand that things are done. We give our vote when they make it. When Hillary Clinton says, "I got hot sauce in my bag," girl, no. When Joe Biden goes on the breakfast and says, goes on the she said it. I will find it.
No, I remember. No, I said I don't know who went for that. I was like, come on.
He said, if you're Black, you need to vote for me. Why, sir?
Right.
Give us and unfortunately, and we need to support all minorities and all people that are under oppression, but you cannot lump in African American issues with LGBTQ and expect us to be excited about it. No, just because you did something for the LGBTQ plus community does not mean that you have done something for the Black community. Just because you've done something for the Asian community does not mean that you have done something for the Black community, and we need to operate accordingly.
And this is partially our fault, though, right?
I agree.
Because who are our thought leaders? The Breakfast Club?
No, I don't. That's a whole nother issue.
Where are they going to talk about the quote unquote Black issues? Look who's speaking on behalf of the community: Charlamagne the God, Glorilla, Amber Rose.
Well, that was wild. They put Amber Rose. That the Republicans put Amber Rose on the stage. I didn't understand that.
But that's because there's no visible Black leadership.
Right.
So they can just pluck anybody out who can spew any nonsense and appear to be credible.
She is not my queen.
She is no one's queen.
She is
a hot mess.
I just send a link out. Hopefully they'll join. We'll see what their position is, and they're on the.
We need our own Heritage Foundation, and there are hundreds of Heritage Foundations. If you look at the Project 2025, there are hundreds of right-wing, white, nationalist, Christian organizations behind that. Hundreds of them, or about 100 or so, right? So the Heritage Foundation is only one part of the problem. One part. They have a lot of support for their agendas. And, Trump hasn't spoken one word about what his agenda is. He's given hour-long speeches and 2-hour-long, or he's talking about lies. He's not saying anything except for, I don't know what Project 2025 is. And we know he's a liar, right? So of course he does.
So Trump has already released a statement.
What does he say? Oh Lord, Jesus help us.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see what former President Trump
Shit
is
is a
saying
hot
here.
mess.
Yeah, go to Truth Social. But I'm sure he's ecstatic that he will be running against Kamala. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying.
You got people that can't even pronounce this woman's name.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Come
that's her
on.
fault because that's the Democratic Party's fault because she disappeared
Exactly.
and we didn't hear anything from her. She came out with hip hop. If the
Are we
anniversary,
giving Kamala a fair shot? Are we being too judgmental?
I'm not being judgmental at all.
we're being honest.
Yes, this is an observation. This is not a judgment call.
Hmm.
Then, as you know, we've talked. Where is she at? And people are like, "Oh, well, VP isn't that visible?" Lies, because Joe Biden was visible with them stupid shades, walking behind Obama all the time.
What about Chuck Schumer
I
on the
thought about him. I thought
Chuck
about him.
Schumer on the ticket?
I think he's old too, though, right? How old is he?
Well,
Uh,
all of this is
Hey Siri, how old is Chuck Schumer?
I think he would be a strong ticket. Him and Kamala on the ticket. Chuck Schumer. And
I'm not mad at that.
Siri
Yeah, I
says
just
Chuck
came up
Schumer.
with a ticket.
73 is not bad. That's not bad. That's not old.
It's
73.
not even the age as much as
73.
the health state of mental health.
True, but age too, because if he was
Right.
83,
Right. That's true. That's true.
But you
I
know, the
don't know
person,
about Schumer. I don't know. I don't think he would want to be president. I feel
yeah,
like
the
he's not
problem
even
is,
interested in the job. We need him in the Senate. We need him in Congress where
and I
he
agree
does
with you,
his
True
best
Love.
work.
No one over 60. I agree because if that person had to
Mm.
assume the position of president in the event something happens to
But 60 is young, though. 60 is really young. Like
Yeah,
60.
60 is young.
They said Beto couldn't win Texas.
That's true too. Exactly. When
You know, win
that's the
Texas.
same logic we
No,
said about.
reality is as in the words of Ike, we're fucked. Like I don't. I mean, we keep going around in circles. It's like I don't know where we can go.
I'm
You guys
stupefied.
in the comment section, you should have came up with a ticket already because we're beating the head.
We are all dumbfounded and stupefied.
We are.
You know what I mean? Like, just this came out of nowhere. This is unexpected. I was on the radio Friday. Like, no, I don't see Biden stepping down.
Trail. What the heck? He playing? See, this is why we don't want you. He didn't know he was saying that. He probably didn't mean to say that. He probably meant to say he wasn't coming back. He didn't know what he was saying. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, come on, Joe.
I mean,
60 is young with Gen X.
I don't even blame Joe.
Okay.
I blame the people around him that saw this coming and allowed.
Yes. Again, the whole party, all of just feckless. Just
I like that word.
Oh my God.
Right. It's like you don't blame your grandfather when his dementia is kicking in and he's trying, right?
Right.
Blame the children for putting him in that position and then letting him.
In the first place.
Yeah.
All his handlers. Y'all did him filthy.
Y'all did American people filthy because you knew what was going to happen.
Oh my God.
Well, let's see how
Jill Biden cannot be.
Let's see how the corporate machine is going to push this.
Let me see if I can pull somebody else on, Dennis.
Sure. This is I can't think of a ticket. A ticket
that's crazy
that you can sell to the people.
Newsom RFK. So someone put Newsom RFK Jr. as a ticket on here. Let me see. Ray Ellen. Newsom RFK's only winning ticket. Texas is red. Beto might do better. Beto would do better in the national election. There was an open DNC and was lost. What does that mean, Kay? I need to do some research now. They're going to have me doing research on a Sunday.
You're ready to push Kamala all the way out.
She can't be out. She cannot be out. I would go for RFK and Kamala.
I'm going. I'm going to say uh, Kamala and Angela Stanton.
Yes.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Okay.
Ah.
Come on, you guys. I know you guys can put a ticket together. You'll have one task, one ticket. RFK and Kamala. I said that too, Monica.
Some research
I
on
said
the
that.
I
open
just said that.
convention.
You said that? I said it too.
So this says this says the DNC will be an open convention.
Hmm.
Uh,
And there were a lot of people that voted for him that was going to stand by him. So now they gotta think about this, and they may name, I don't know. My friend Lila
so
was
this
going,
happened it's only happened it happened a century ago in New
what?
York. An open
Oh,
convention.
open convention. Yeah.
Mm,
Well, I wasn't around, so
delegates are not legally bound to support primary winners, particularly if he's not there. So they wouldn't be. They wouldn't have they don't have an obligation to, they could do whatever they want. Any candidate willing to run who can identify 300 delegates, no more than 50 from any one state supporting them, can have her or his name placed in nomination. This would be true for either a virtual roll call, what the DNC is currently planning for the week after August 1st, or for a traditional convention roll call. Biden stepping aside. The flip side of this open process is important too. Biden stepping aside means there is no mechanism for him to transfer support to Kamala Harris or anyone else. If Democrats think his endorsement of Harris as the nominee is a bad idea, or someone's willing to pay public with challenge, 300 delegates, nomination could go elsewhere. 300 delegate requirement operates as both a window for competition and a limitation on chaos.
even Kamala was pushing for Biden to stay in.
This is craziness. This is this has thrust us into
But Kamala was pushing for him to stay in too. So that
because
what's actually happening. We know what she said. We don't know what the real truth is. I don't see them actually. There was not a lot of interaction between the two of them. We saw differently with other. Well, I guess not as bad as Trump and his VP, and Mike Pence, but it wasn't that bad. But it definitely wasn't any chemistry or connection between the two of them besides the "We Did It" Joe video. So
right.
I don't know what she really believed or not. I just know the party doesn't believe in her because they have not worked to put her in position. The only time I see her doing things is when they need to pander to us, and I don't like that.
Do you think Michelle's even interested? That's the other part.
She said no. She already spoke to that.
Right.
She already said no. And Kay, yeah, people don't need to learn what's written in Project 2025. They about to find out. They'll know. Ronald Hunt said we are open like a prostitute's legs. Someone wanted to hear us. They could. It's terrible.
The reason I say Newsom is because California.
Democrats lost another seat in Congress.
State.
Who passed away yesterday?
Jackson.
Who? Oh, Sheila Jackson passed away?
Yeah, Jackson. Yeah, I thought it was the day before yesterday.
Oh, R.I.P. my sister. I saw a picture of her posted, and it didn't say R.I.P., but
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. She wasn't old. Well, what happened? Did they say what happened?
She was
she passed?
73 or 77.
Yeah, was she ill? She was just wasn't she just feisty about something?
She was.
Damn, sis. Damn. All right. Wow. Rest easy. I hope you Hope you had a glorious transition.
She had cancer. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Fuck cancer. Pancreatic at that. That shit quick too.
Mm,
Pancreatic.
Yeah.
That shit don't fuck around.
mm.
Shit.
Well, no one can come up with a ticket that is plausible right now.
Yeah.
People
Um,
are, people are nuts. People are nuts on Twitter.
so
My God.
when do you see her announcing her VP? Because that has to happen pretty soon. That literally had to happen within the next week or two.
I don't know how you think she gets to be the nominee. I don't know. Nobody voted for her to be the nominee.
Well, I will say this. I think with Biden making that statement, making that very public statement, there's a reason that wasn't Biden making the statement. That was the party setting us up. So maybe the party's is behind her becoming. I don't see how they could. It would be suicide for them not to. So I don't think that was Biden's personal views. I think that he is a puppet at this point. That is, they have crafted his statements for him because we
Mhm.
know that he cannot, president, even regardless of your mental
So
capacity.
let's look at the statement. Dennis, pull the statement up. Can
Which,
you?
I
which
His
have it.
statement. Thank you, Crystal. Let's look carefully at the wording because I like.
Okay, so
Yeah, Sheila Jackson
unfortunately,
Lee.
there's a letter, but this is the tweet that I'm referring to. My fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and to focus all my energies on my duties as president for the remainder of my term. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president, and it's the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this. I am assuming this is not Biden. This
So
is
that's. I mean, I'm offering my support for. That
this.
is not. I am recognizing Kamala
But
as my replacement.
but
That's
why would they? But why would he say that if that's not what they had decided to do?
well, yeah.
they have no
And in
path
his so
forward. I
in
don't,
his official letter, he says, "For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you've placed in me." Again, all this is positioning.
right.
So I do believe that the Democratic Party will announce her as the front runner because he would not have been able to say all of this in both this formal letter and this tweet
Right.
if that wasn't the case.
Right.
I'm not seeing that. And I don't think they have any clear messaging. So I think
I
they
don't
might
think
be
they have
giving
clear
these
messaging.
idiots
They
way
definitely
too
don't have
much
clear messaging.
credit.
They just
They
rushed that
have
out.
demonstrably shown us they have no plan and no messaging. So I will not.
You will not accept
I can't trust it. I don't can't trust. No. I
I can't trust it.
just can't trust
I
it.
just feel like as a PR professional, this would be the most huge. It would almost it is extremely incompetent and irresponsible, but it would be the biggest disaster if he made that announcement and that was not the feelings of the entire of the DNC. I just cannot imagine that. If that's the case,
So Say says AOC said Kamala needs to remain on the ticket because that's the only way they can still use the campaign funds. I'm not a campaign election law
AOC said that.
lawyer. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't care who said it. I want to make sure I'm not mad. I don't care AOC, who Biden, who says it until I see.
So this is what I'm saying. Going into the convention, we don't have a nominee. We don't have someone who could accept the nomination, basically. At this point,
People are putting Kamala 2024. I see this going up on Twitter and IG. Wow.
Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. That's him having support for her.
I believe so.
And that's it. I don't think it carries any more weight than that. And I think the only thing that if that's true about the campaign money, then that might be the only
don't have a
reason
choice.
she stay on the ticket. Exactly. If she ain't on the ticket, that's why she can't go nowhere. Cryptonomics says the same thing. Okay, well that's interesting. That's interesting. That's the only. That's a sucky reason to know that you are still on the ticket. It's like, oh, we can't afford to lose this bread. We don't
Right.
really want you, but
It don't even matter.
okay.
It doesn't even matter at this point. No matter why she's on the ticket, because she hasn't been. They have played in her, and I don't know. Her people don't respond when she speaks. When she speaks, she does not have great ratings. So
Yeah.
Well,
the Democratic Party has
whatever
not.
she needs to do, she better do it soon.
Do you
Whatever
remember?
she got to
I
do,
would
she
say,
better do.
Dennis, do you remember here in Atlanta when the mayoral race was happening and Keisha Lance Bottoms? I remember when Keisha Lance Bottoms was first announced as a candidate for mayor. Very few people of the public, political people, yes, very few of just citizens of Atlanta knew who she was.
Mhm.
And they did a huge push with
She was in
changing
city
her.
council, right?
Yes, but she was not someone that was a front runner and outspoken and visible. And they really, and I think between June, because I remember my couple of my girlfriends that are publicists and I were like, what are they gonna, how is this gonna happen? Her image was not right. They switched her image around and they made her visible, and it all worked
Mhm.
within a few short months, right? Now there were other things probably at play, but I remember thinking that was it just looked very dismal, and they were able to pull it off in a very short period of time, not 3 months but 6, and that's still a short period of time for a new candidate to be introduced to a voting population. So I don't know.
As I think about it, I do think that if they bring a Newsom in and they capitalize off of Trump's weaknesses, and there are many, that would bring people out. That would bring people out. Even Biden may have to get on the campaign trail too. Just not just as much as he
Newsom
can.
as the VP?
Huh?
Newsom as the VP or Newsom as president and Kamala still as the VP?
VP.
VP.
It's interesting because she was the state attorney, the U.S. was state attorney in California, and who was the governor at the time? Was Newsom the governor at the time when she left?
I think so. But I'm not sure.
So it's
I'm not
interesting. But
entirely sure.
yeah, she would have to be the.
Who was the governor before Newsom?
Anyone know who was the governor before? I don't know. I don't live in
Google
California.
it. You could Google it. Who's the governor of California before Newsom?
Come on, you guys know who the governor.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm Googling.
Kay Ivey is the governor of
No, who was the governor before Gavin Newsom? Okay, hold on.
I can't even think of that. It's Sunday. I don't have to think about it.
I
I know, right?
the governors is New York.
Ah,
That would be
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't think so. Oh, Arnold. No, that immediate. He was the immediate before Newsom.
He was a guy. Yeah.
Really?
You know what? And that's so funny because that popped in my head, and I was like, that can't be true.
Yeah. Oh God, I feel like I feel like he had been the governor so long ago. It doesn't feel like how long has Newsom been the governor of California? Shit.
Newsom and Kamala may have chemistry that could work in their favor.
But what do you want to give
I don't know about Doug Emhoff appreciating that, Crystal. Oh God.
You think he would want to give up his governorship to be vice president?
I think so.
I think it's a step up. It's not a lateral move.
Right.
Not like he's going to be the governor of another state somewhere. VP of the country. I think so. I think so.
And I think at this point, your party may force you to look here now.
Right. You gotta do it for the country.
Right.
You gotta take one for the team.
You got to
But
take.
wasn't Schwarzenegger Republican governor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Newsom and Arcade, she says again, just watch. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they, well, again, you
Is that
said the money issue,
the
they
money?
can't wipe the ticket
Right.
for the money issue, so maybe they'll keep her, or maybe they'll just find a loophole somehow.
It's so funny. People are
What
going.
What
is
would they do?
people
What would happen with the money? Where would the money go? Back to the donors?
Not
You
in
know
the
what I mean?
history of, not in the history of
Okay, thank you.
It wasn't.
So,
Was it Jerry Brown? Oh, it was Brown. They said it was Brown. Then, okay. So it was Schwarzenegger, Brown, then Newsom.
okay,
Jerry Brown.
I felt like that was just too far in time for Schwarzenegger. That makes more
Yeah.
sense. Okay, all right.
But
I don't
Kennedy
know
would
about
carry the ticket.
Kenny name will carry the ticket, but he's a bit of a, I don't know.
How old's Kennedy anyway?
I don't know how old he is.
71, I believe, 70, early
Oh,
70s.
he's in the 70s too?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've beat our brain trying to
I,
figure.
I have not begun to really process this. I'm in a state of shock. I might have a whole different thing tomorrow. I don't know. I'm a Democrat,
Well,
right? So I feel like a scatterbrain right now.
well, you're going to support Kamala Harris. The
I'm
ticket.
going to support the Democrats because I am anti-Trump. I don't care who they put up. I'm going to support that ticket because I'm
that is-
voting against Trump. Be very clear about this.
And that
This
is how
is bigger than who they put on the ticket. They need to sell that. This is not about who's at the top of the Democratic ticket. This is about making sure that the policies that are on the horizon do not go into effect. And I'm talking about they want to get rid of disparate impact. That means that you can't file a lawsuit if there is a particular rule or law or something that that has a disparate impact on Black people or minorities or women. You just, there's nothing you can do. There is no remedy. They are removing all of the protections that we had from the federal government. They will gut the Civil Rights Act. Y'all don't know what's coming. Y'all don't know what's coming. So this is not about whether or not I like someone. This is about what I don't like, what I cannot stand to see. And that is our rights eviscerated. Our rights will be eviscerated. And that is no, it's not about just no abortion, no contraception. Do you know that? No contraception. So you're not getting birth control. Okay. No fault divorce. So you're going to be stuck in that marriage unless you can establish grounds. You know how expensive divorces are when you have to litigate grounds? That means that we can't agree to get divorced? No, unless you agree that there's some cruel and inhuman treatment, or you agree that I abandoned you, or you agree that I beat your ass, or you agree that I committed adultery, or some crap like that. And these are just, this is what I'm saying, these are just fractions of the policies that they are seeking to put into place that will upend our lives as we know it. Worker protection, safety. They want child laborers and they want to remove OSHA. So no worker safety, and you won't have any unions to run to, right? Because they don't want no unions anymore. Get rid of those.
OSHA's Occupational Health and Safety Act, 1970.
We are up against so much. This is not the time for this party to be fractured. It's not. And they are not making people aware of what truly is at stake. This is not about whether or not you like someone on a Democratic ticket. This is about whether or not you like your freedoms. The ones that you have, the ones you recognize right now, whether you still like them. You want to keep those? Then you got to vote blue. Period. This is how our political structure is system. I mean, it's stacked, right? This is what it is. It's a two-party system, whether you like it or not. It is what it is.
I think that's the best way to end this.
All right.
That's the best way to end this.
Sounds good to me. I'm going. I'm going to go have me a drink. How about it? I got some Douce over there. Yeah, I'm about to post something. I need a shot. All
Well,
right, family.
with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to think about in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
do.
we have a lot to think about. But you put it so eloquently, Ike. If you're not voting for against Trump, you're voting against those policies. Those policies that 2025. That's what you're voting against.
You're
And
voting
I think
for. You're going to vote for that. If you stay home, that's your vote. You're voting for that.
stay home. So not going to the polls is not going to the polls is not even an option. That's not an option.
It's not an option. And if you want to skip the presidential election, skip that box, but vote that down ballot, because we need to make sure that we got at least the Senate or at least the House. It'd be nice to get both.
Yeah, we need both. So
We need both because that's the only way to stop some of this.
So Dennis, you are a Democrat after all.
And we've come full circle. And we should end on that note, Crystal. That's right.
Like, okay, so I appreciate Ike being very clear about her stance from the beginning. You,
Crystal, what's your stance, Crystal?
I don't agree with that. I don't necessarily agree that all of those.
Here we
First of
go.
all, I agree with a lot that the Democrats do, and I don't believe that it has to be all or nothing. I was a Democrat for a lot of my life until I started looking at actual policy, and then I realized that myself and a lot of the people that I am are peers of mine don't necessarily have Democratic values, and so that is a problem for me. So I don't necessarily agree with all of that. And
So
I don't
it really, and Crystal, just so that our audience understands, it matters where you live, right? Because I used to be an independent,
Mhm.
but because I can't vote, if you have an open primary state, that means that it doesn't matter what you're registered as, you can vote in those primaries. We don't have open primaries here in New York, so you have to be. So that would limit my ability, because otherwise I would be independent as well.
Right. No, I right. But Dennis, I just think that I also think, this is just my opinion, that a lot of things that we see everything gets lumped in and people make very emotional decisions, right? And so when they see certain things, it causes, we're motivated by fear, right? And it's like, okay, well, let me look into that and see exactly what that is. Just like I mentioned earlier, what I feel like has happened a lot of times with the Democratic Party is, oh, we're going to do all this for LGBTQA and all this, and it's like, wait a minute, you know, we just had this huge issue happen with George Floyd, and that's not the beginning of where racial issues have started or ended. As you mentioned, Ike, all the different, I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so at the point that the Democratic Party has failed to do anything for African American rights, and very blatantly so, because you make it a point. We see how quickly the Asian American bill was passed. I just think
Very quickly.
something happened, and it was. I worked at that time for a real estate investment firm that was owned by a man that was from China, and he laughed and said, "It's not even." He said, "That's not a racial crime. It's just." He laughed at the way that our government was using the Asian American hate crime bill to push something that Asian Americans didn't even believe was an issue. So I also, I just think that
and who was in forefront of that? Kamala. They used her for that too.
Not a fan. So and I know that's we're so programmed to think we have to believe one way as a people. I think that's wrong. I think you have to look at everything for yourself and decide what you agree with and what you don't. There is nothing more negative and to me more false than for someone to say that if you're Black, you think a certain way. That's not fair. I live in rural Georgia. I'm an entrepreneur, have been for the last 25 years. For me to just say I would throw all my political support behind someone that does not support me, has blatantly went out of their way not to support us. You guys realize all these DEI initiatives are ending under the Democratic rule. You know what I mean? So,
and it'll be worse under the Republicans. It'll be absolutely worse. They want to get rid of all affirmative action, all DEI, all diversity and inclusion programs, and like I said, disparate impact. They don't even want to track. You know how you can track and their statistics on things like maternal mortality rates, right? For Black and no, we're not gonna count that. We're not tracking that anymore. Do you understand what that means? They're not gonna track. They're not gonna count shit anymore. Nothing. You won't be able to pull up statistics on how many Black people were killed by police this year. No, we're not gonna count anymore. Oh yeah, and the police gonna have immunity to kill your ass. Yeah, they'll have immunity to do that. Absolutely.
Immunity. How does that look in 2024?
Y'all think I'm playing? So I'm not. For me, I'm voting against the other side. That's my. Unfortunately, that's what it's come down to.
You got to draw a line in the sand. That's the bottom line. You got to draw a line in this.
Hunter Jules, Trump is a liar. If you look at the people behind the Project 2025, a lot of them are from his former administration. So when it comes to his first 100 days and policy, where do you think he's going to turn for implementing policy? Right. He doesn't have it.
Stephen Miller's with that.
Exactly. Come on, he doesn't have an agenda.
Right.
You've got people from from the Heritage Foundation making statements like there's about to be the next civil war or a revolution here, and it will remain bloodless if the left lets it.
That's what we need to do. I think that we should take a beat for today, because I think all of us are in shock. Yeah. And I think we should have a real honest conversation with a few more people about what this
we're going to do it tomorrow.
We should do that.
I'm probably going to need a couple of days. No.
Yeah,
we're still in shock right now.
And I also think that there's going to be more information that comes.
Right, there's going to be more news coming along. So
this is a Sunday. This is a Sunday. I am usually easy like Sunday morning out riding my horse on Sundays.
Right.
That sounds amazing, Crystal.
This has taken up my day. But I think we should come back, and I think we should have a real conversation here, because one of the things that is a problem is we hear one thing. Even people on Instagram, your Instagram algorithm fosters what you think, right?
Facts.
So with all of us being, first of all, members, Dennis and I are journalists. You are an attorney. We can bring the facts so that people can actually make educated decisions. I also want to bring in Amir. I talked to him, Dennis, and he couldn't do it right now, but I think we should plan this.
Okay.
And we should all bring in and explain to people what is going on and allow people to have real, honest, objective conversation, because that's not what we're seeing online. People are being motivated by they hear something and they run with it. They don't know the real facts. So I think that would be a great thing for us to do, for us to plan it and actually have some time, bring the policies, have the conversation so people can hear the real and they can make their decision. But
I think we need to do this leading up to the election, and we need to
continue to do it, because
we need to be here weekly. Yeah, because it's getting crazy.
Oh God! And our conversation, in my opinion, should be in support of the Black community. I don't have the time or the wherewithal to worry about the whole. It's never been that way. I remember, I will leave on this thing. I interviewed Cicely Tyson, and I was asking her about the Me Too movement as it affected women. And she said, well, with all due respect, what happens outside of my community is none of my business. It was not their business when my mother was a maid and being mistreated by white men. And I'm not racist or any of that. I love everybody. But at this point, we have to be concerned about what affects our community and how do we move forward. We will be the ones mostly affected in all of this. I don't care, because we're at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to economics. So at the end of the day, we are going to be the ones that take the brunt blow, the first blow from either side. So we need to be talking to our community about what is important to us and giving them the information in a way. So, Dennis, handle it.
All right, sound like a plan.
And Crystal, eh, in the spirit of what your Sunday would normally look like, I'm going to end with this.
Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Bye, guys.
Peace
See you guys
out.
later.
Peace,
Peace.
family. I love you. I really do.
Guys, this concludes our breaking news. I had to send it out with Crystal on the horse. Well, Jamie on the horse, but Crystal's about to get on the horse. With that said, we're going to be back tomorrow and throughout the lead up to the election. But make sure if you have any questions, please send me a DM, hit me on Twitter. And if there's something that we can cover, I'm going to be bringing in other special guests, and we're going to discuss this and what does this mean to the American people, but particularly people of color, and what should we do moving forward. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I am out.